another leg where the person thrown first outscored the chaser. Oh, what a start!
I was just about to say.
In the often unforgiving and competitive world of professional darts, the name Adrian Lewis evokes memories of a player who, at his best, was one of the most naturally gifted and electrifying figures the sport has ever seen.
This is going to be a killer if Lewis can hit double 11. That's a killer from Adrian Lewis.
Known to fans as Jackpot, due to an incident where he won a substantial sum in a Las Vegas casino but was too young to claim the prize, Lewis brought a blend of flair, power and composure to the hockey that captivated audiences during his peak years.
He stood and he delivered!
The question often asked now, particularly as he works toward a potential comeback, is just how good was Adrian Lewis at his absolute best? To answer that, we need to look deeply into the years when he was truly in his prime, particularly 2011 through 2014. When he wasn't just competing with the best in the world, he was the best.
Good smash. John lining. Double 12.
Lewis's journey began under the shadow of one of darts' greatest legends, Phil Taylor. As a protege of Taylor, Lewis was introduced to the highest standards in the game at a young age.
Professional tonight, I thought to myself, I thought, right, come on now, just try to concentrate, keep concentrating, and yeah, like I say, I got the job done, yeah.
Born in Stoke-on-Trent in 1985, Lewis quickly developed a smooth, fluid throw that drew attention from across the darting world. His release was effortless, his rhythm was rapid, and his scoring was often relentless. Early on, some critics pointed to his temperament as a weakness. He could be hot-headed, impulsive, and inconsistent, but there was never any doubt about the talent.
Double 12.
That raw, natural ability would soon be refined into something extraordinary. His true breakthrough came at the 2011 PDC World Darts Championship. Still only 25, Lewis produced a performance that would go down in history. Facing the Scottish sharpshooter Gary Anderson in the final, Lewis stunned the Alexandra Palace crowd by hitting the first ever 9-darter in a World Championship final.
Double to smash. John lining. Double 12. And he hits a 9-darter!
It wasn't just the achievement itself, but the timing that made it so extraordinary. In the sport's most prestigious match under the brightest lights, Lewis delivered perfection. He would go on to win the match 7-5, earning his first world title and announcing himself as the new king of the hockey. Doubters were quick to question whether this was a flash in the pan. Lewis answered those questions emphatically a year later. At the 2012 World Championship, he returned to defend his crown and did so with dominance. He defeated Andy Hamilton 7-3 in the final, becoming only the third player in PDC history to win back-to-back World Championship titles. What stood out across both campaigns was not just his ability to score heavily, though that remained a defining feature, but his newfound consistency, calmness under pressure, and precision finishing. Statistically, Lewis's prime was remarkable. During this period, he regularly posted match averages well above the 100 mark, a benchmark in darts that signifies elite performance. One of the most telling examples came at the 2014 World Match Play, where Lewis produced a jaw-dropping 110.51 average in a dominant victory over Andrew Gilding. Even more impressive was a losing effort in the 2013 World Match Play final against Phil Taylor, where Lewis averaged 105.92, one of the highest losing averages ever recorded in a major final. These numbers underscore how, even in defeat, Lewis could perform at a level few could touch. One of the most memorable matches of his career took place in the 2013 Grand Slam of Darts semi-final, where he faced his mentor, Phil Taylor. Over 25 legs, Lewis produced an average of 110.99, while Taylor responded with 109.76. It was, and still is, considered one of the highest quality matches ever played. The sheer consistency and scoring prowess Lewis showed that day, paired with the composure to push the greatest player of all time to his limit, illustrated the rarefied level he could reach when everything clicked.
It's literally laughable!
Oh dear me.
105.
What made Lewis such a dangerous opponent wasn't just the statistics, though. It was the way he could shift the momentum of a match in seconds. He had an uncanny ability to produce devastating bursts of brilliance, multiple 180s in a handful of visits, high-pressure checkouts, and devastating finishes. When Lewis hit his stride, he looked effortless, almost casual in the way he dismantled opponents. This natural rhythm, combined with his fearlessness, gave him a psychological edge. Many players went into matches against Lewis knowing that if they gave him even an inch, he could run away with the game before they had a chance to respond. In addition to his World Championship titles, Lewis also achieved significant success elsewhere. He won the European Championship in 2013 and the UK Open in 2014, further demonstrating his versatility across different formats. He also partnered with Phil Taylor to win the World Cup of Darts 4 times for England, showing he could thrive in team settings as well. At his best, Lewis wasn't just a threat in one tournament a year, he was a constant danger across the PDC calendar. However, as dazzling as his prime was, it was also relatively brief. After 2016, signs of decline began to appear. Injuries began to take their toll. Reports of reduced practice hours and personal challenges affected his form. By the late 2010s, Lewis was struggling to make the latter stages of major tournaments with the same frequency. The smooth rhythm was still there, but the consistency had faded. In 2023, he made the difficult decision to step away from the sport indefinitely, choosing to focus on his family as his wife faced health issues. But the story may not be over. In 2025, Lewis announced his intention to return to the game via the Modus Super Series, with hopes of earning back his PDC Tour card through Q School. While many wonder whether he can regain the heights he once reached, the prospect of a comeback from a 2-time world champion remains an enticing narrative for fans and pundits alike. So how good was prime Adrian Lewis? The answer is simple. He was one of the best to ever play the game. In those peak years from 2011 to 2014, Lewis combined a rare natural talent with ferocious scoring, mental resilience, and technical brilliance. He reached a level where he could beat anyone, on any stage, under any pressure. He may not have had the longevity of Phil Taylor or the sustained dominance of Michael van Gerwen, but for a time, Adrian Lewis was the most dangerous man in darts. And when he was on form, absolutely unplayable. His legacy, built on those magical years, remains etched in the annals of the sport.